Mixing with my career building tip, taking gigs that stretch your skills. Now, I think there's something that I always came across. In fact, I don't think it did happen, where I ended up getting offered a job that was way over my head, or over my head enough that I felt like I wanted to do something, to really challenge myself to see how well I could fare and something like that. And those moments, you need to be very selective about, and from a professional perspective. Because if you take something way over your head and it's like a big orchestral project that's costing tens of thousands of dollars, and you just go ahead and take the gig and you completely blow it, then you've just banished yourself from the music industry for a while. Because people who lose, tens of thousands of dollars because of all the musicians they hired and you don't understand your gig are not going to be very happy. But there are many things that are sort of above your head that aren't going to cost people, millions or thousands of dollars, that you can take, that really challenge or stretch your ability and challenge you to see what it is that you are capable of. And it's important to take those things. Not that you want to go out there and ruin people's careers, necessarily, and maybe you do. But the point is that what you really want to do is you want to see how capable you are of handling situations. There's a thing that, testing, and part of the reasons why they have testing is to see how you operate under pressure. And I studied martial arts for a while. And when I studied martial arts, we used to go to these events, tournaments, and stuff. And my teacher would always explain that the objective of the tournament wasn't necessarily to win. And of course, you go there and you want to do your best to compete and win. But the objective was, from his perspective, was to see how you operate under pressure, because that would inform him how to teach you or what to teach you next or what you needed to learn. So that if you were getting into a sparring match or you were getting into something and then you just froze up, that would say something about a fear that you're holding that prevents you from doing something. And it's the same. And so you may have incredible natural skills, but you can really psych yourself out. And the thing about music is that, and I'm sort of going to paraphrase a quote from Yogi Berra, which is that 90% of mixing and engineering is 100% mental. And I think that's his quote was with baseball, obviously, but the idea is that the way that you think and how you operate under pressure says more about what you're really capable of than what it is that you do in the sort of comfort of your own home when there's no pressure to achieve it and there's no one that's sort of watching or looking over your shoulder. So when you take gigs that sort of stretch or challenge your capabilities, then you're putting the pressure on you to see how you operate under those circumstances and what happens. And sometimes you can be really, really amazed at what you can pull off and what you can make happen. And people can think like you're really together and you had everything like perfectly set up, and you're there, underneath all of that, completely freaking out and losing your mind and completely scared to death that you're going to be discovered, that you have no clue what the hell's going on, but just enough to hang in there and get the job done. And then of course you go straight to the bar afterwards and get a big stiff drink on the rocks or straight up, whatever, that kind of settles your nerves down afterwards. But you can deal with that afterwards. It's important to take these challenges. Don't be afraid to do them, and just be selective about the ones that you take. Make sure that you're not ruining people's careers along the way, because you want to be able to show and measure how well you can perform under pressure. And so take gigs that stretch your skills. That's the career building tip of the week from Mixing with Mike.